DDR5, PCIe 4.0, NVMe, clock speeds pushing 5 GHz. Look at a modern computer spec sheet, and you are immediately hit with an avalanche of acronyms. This creates a very real problem for consumers. You can sit two computer cases side by side on a desk, and they can look identical on the outside. But depending on the hidden internal components, one might cost $500 and the other $5,000. Every PC operates as a collaborative ecosystem. It relies on a network of highly specialized hardware components, each designed to execute a specific, interdependent role in the wider machine. To evaluate what you are actually paying for and to optimize your own setup, we have to break open that box and see how those parts interact. Everything starts with the physical PC case. While it's easy to focus on glass side panels and aesthetic lights, the case serves a strict physical function. It dictates how air flows through the system and determines the size of components that fit inside. Inside, the power supply unit converts erratic electrical current into stable, safe energy streams. These feed the motherboard, the PC's central nervous system. It houses slots using high-speed PCIe 4.0 standards, providing foundational pathways that allow all subsequent parts to communicate with one another. You can buy the most expensive processing chips on the market, but without this stable power delivery and the motherboard's communication framework, they won't even turn on. Once the foundation is laid, we install the CPU. This is the main processor chip, the primary brain responsible for carrying out the calculations and logical operations required by your software. A CPU's capability is measured in two main ways. First is the core count. Modern CPUs have multiple processing cores, allowing them to route smaller chunks of data and handle multiple operations at once. The second is clock speed, measured in gigahertz, which dictates how many billions of cycles per second those cores can run. But a CPU needs data to calculate, and that data lives in your storage. Older computer systems relied on hard disk drives, which stored data on slow, physically spinning magnetic metal plates. The modern standard is the NVMe SSD. These solid-state drives use flash memory chips with zero moving parts, delivering massively faster read and write speeds. It is easy to confuse that long-term storage space with RAM, or random access memory. Think of RAM as the system's short-term memory. It's a high-speed, temporary workbench strictly for the applications you are actively using right now. In operation, your files are held permanently in storage, but they must be copied over to that fast temporary staging table of RAM. Only from there can the continuous stream of data feed directly into the CPU for active calculation. This loop dictates your daily computing performance. If you introduce a bottleneck anywhere in the hardware chain, whether it's slow storage, limited RAM space, or an underpowered CPU, the data flow breaks and the entire computer stutters. For visually demanding tasks like gaming, video editing, or animation, the CPU needs help. That's where we add a dedicated graphics processing unit, or GPU. The architecture here is entirely different. Instead of a handful of very fast cores like the CPU, a graphics card relies on thousands of parallel computing cores, often called CUDA cores, paired with its own dedicated memory to render complex visuals simultaneously. Packing this level of intense, localized processing power into small silicon chips produces a very immediate physical consequence: massive amounts of friction and heat. To manage this, PCs require dedicated thermal cooling systems. A combination of heat sinks, liquid cooling loops, and high-speed fans pull that heat up and away from the delicate chips. If these cooling components fail, the system hits what is known as thermal throttling. Without adequate cooling, modern processors are programmed to deliberately slow their performance to a crawl or shut off completely to survive the heat. This means investing in elite processing hardware is useless if your system physically cannot sustain the temperatures they generate under heavy load. When you zoom out, you see how the foundation, the core logic, and the specialists all lock together to form a singular machine. The performance of the whole depends entirely on its weakest link. A top-tier processor can easily be starved by a cheap power supply or left waiting around by slow RAM. The dense jargon from the beginning, the gigahertz, the PCIe slots, the NVMe drives, is no longer a trap. It is a readable map of how information flows through the system. Armed with that map, you can tune out marketing buzzwords. You can look at a specification sheet and evaluate exactly what hardware you need for the tasks you plan to do. Understanding this hardware architecture transforms the computer into a transparent, purposefully built tool tailored to your specific needs.